Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Live Chat with James here at the studios the studios in Vancouver, British Columbia at ProPix TV. As you know, we cover a wide array of topics on the live chat sessions, and sometimes those are brought forward by you, the viewer. So again, if you have any story ideas or topic suggestions that you'd like to see discussed on the show, by all means, make sure that you use the comment section here on the live session, or, of course, you can always leave comments in the rebroadcast airings, whether that's on YouTube or TikTok or anywhere else. Your comments are always read and always responded to. Tonight I thought we would take a look at the world of AI. Yes, artificial intelligence has made its way into all of our lives. Whether we like it or not, it is a tool that is here to stay. And a lot of people are worried that the AI, robotics, and so forth are going to take over jobs. But at the end of the day, that's what they thought about computers as well. But instead, they just became tools for us to be more efficient, and to widen our horizons. I mean, look at the internet in itself and the wide doors that's opened for everybody. Nathan, welcome. Glad to see you on here. We're just getting started, and we're going to talk about AI. We're going to talk about it breaking barriers into the mainstream and how it's impacting the world today. So why don't we take a look here? We've got a few videos that we're going to look at tonight. We're going to discuss AI as it is in the world, whether you're looking for investments or you're just trying to learn about AI and figure out what areas of the world it's creeped into. I mean, whether or not you realize it, even when you do your banking, AI is involved. It helps you to realize where your money is being spent and how you can budget, all different tools like that. But at the end of the day, what you may not realize is that information is valuable. And the AI systems actually track what you're spending, where you're spending it, what stores, what products, and they feed that information out to retailers, out to marketing companies, advertising agencies. That data has become so valuable and intertwined within our daily lives that we don't even realize it. When you are on social media, you are getting bombarded with ads that are really picked up by algorithms on what you are spending, what you are viewing, and so many other aspects of your daily life that you don't realize are actually feeding into the algorithms that are giving it a profile on you. And some would say that the AI systems know you better than you know yourself. And that is very true. Nathan, AI is bad. Well, I think that AI has its benefits and its drawbacks, and that's where the world, I think, Nathan, is at a crossroads, because we have this AI that is being developed so rapidly in the advancements that there are regulations, but those regulations are not keeping up. And I actually teach workshops to corporations, to governments, and to education facilities and so forth worldwide. And I try to teach them that it is a tool. It is not something to be relied upon as a sole replacement for people. It is just to be used as a tool to help to get a certain task completed. But yes, there is a lot of abuse. There is a lot of risk. And I'll give you, Nathan, a very good example of this is currently with the Doge program in the United States, for example. A lot of the budget reviews that are being conducted by Elon Musk and his team, they are using AI algorithms. And that's why you're seeing so much chaos, is because they are relying on the AI. John Reynolds, welcome. So they're using the AI and relying on that when they look at budgetary line entries and so forth. And they are not actually using people to evaluate what those expenses are. They are just using an algorithm to flag them and calling them fraudulent or, things like that. When in fact, a lot of the items they're flagging as fraudulent are not so. They are just not in line with the Trump administration agenda. And therefore, they're being miscategorized as fraud or misspending or different things like that. And that's where it is dangerous. And also, for anybody that's not aware, when the AI systems are scanning those government databases, it is actually also at the same time teaching the systems. They are stripping that data of the databases of the U.S. government, and they are using that to train, for example, the Grok system or the Google AI or Meta AI and so forth. And that is not only highly illegal, but it's also unethical, and it is not a responsible use of AI. It breaches internationally recognized privacy laws. And the reason why it breaches the international codes is because a lot of government systems are intertwined. For example, if you are a Canadian, such as myself, who does business in the United States and files tax forms, W-8s, and so forth, now my system or my information is partially linked in from the Canadian Revenue Agency system into the U.S. Treasury system, and therefore Elon Musk is also accessing all of my data that's available there. Anybody who has crossed the borders into the U.S. and been screened there, all of that information on you as a foreign citizen is being fed into the AI systems that Elon Musk and his team are using, and therefore that private person, because he's not a government elected official, he is still a private business owner, stripping all of that information from the U.S. government systems into his AI, giving him an unfair market advantage and technological advantage over the competition. And that is extremely valuable, like most people have no idea and don't realize. So that is a big problem. So as we look at AI here on the screen behind me, we're going to take a look at a bit about how AI is impacting business. And this is more focused on one of the workshops that I teach, but it gives you a good idea about AI in everyday life. So let's take a look at that, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss it in more depth about AI and information that way. So I'm just going to turn the volume up because I want to make sure that you can hear the audio that goes with this. So again, we'll take a look here.
Ever pondered what the future holds for artificial intelligence in the realm of small businesses? The answers might surprise you. Take, for instance, the innovative media and technology company Propix Canada Media Limited. They've been seamlessly integrating AI into their business model, offering services that range from content production and social media marketing to AI strategy. Their use of AI doesn't just streamline their operations, but also adds a layer of sophistication to their services that sets them apart from their competitors. To truly grasp the potential, consider this. Propix Canada Media Limited uses AI to analyze their social media marketing efforts. The AI gauges the effectiveness of different strategies, identifies trends and patterns, and suggests ways to optimize future campaigns. This allows the company to provide a more personalized and effective service to their clients, which includes government organizations, hotels, and amusement parks. And they're not alone in this journey. Small businesses across various sectors are finding innovative ways to incorporate AI into their operations. Some use AI to automate routine tasks. Others use it to analyze customer behavior and predict trends. The result? Increased efficiency, improved customer experience, and a competitive edge in the market. Now imagine the possibilities if more small businesses leveraged the power of AI. The potential benefits are vast, from improved decision-making and increased productivity to enhanced customer service. But it's not just about the benefits. The integration of AI also presents its own set of challenges, like the need for technical expertise and the potential for job displacement. However, with careful planning and strategic implementation, small businesses can navigate these challenges and reap the rewards of AI. This video delved into the current use of AI in small businesses, using Propix Canada Media Limited as a case study. We explored the benefits and challenges of integrating AI, highlighting the potential for improved efficiency and customer experience. But remember, the future of AI in small businesses is not set in stone. It's a dynamic and evolving landscape, and the businesses that adapt and innovate will be the ones to watch. Want to delve deeper into this fascinating topic? Join the upcoming webinar on December 8th, 2023. More information is available at www.propixcanada.com. As we venture into the future, one thing is certain. AI is not just for tech giants. It's for small businesses too, and its potential is only just beginning to unfold. So keep an eye on this space, because the future of AI in small businesses is here, and it's changing the game.
So again, as you can see, we do a lot of different AI, whether it's with healthcare industries, whether it's with fintech and financial institutions, or just education facilities where we go in and we teach. We actually instruct the teachers and school administration on how to detect AI when it comes to projects, when it comes to reports, and different things. So again, it is really infiltrating every part of everyday life. And with AI, as I said, there are a vast many ways in which it's going to benefit humanity, benefit Canadians, benefit the world. But there are also drawbacks. And that's where the governments, not only in Canada and the Western world, but the worldwide, governments need to make sure that it is done in an ethical way that respects the responsibilities and guards the data. Now, again, because we see DOGE taking information from all of the different government databases in the US that are also intertwined with other countries that have tax treaty programs and other programs that intertwine their systems, it has become a real issue for a lot of people. And especially when you combine that most people don't understand the technology in itself. Of course, with that, it becomes an even greater risk because people don't stand up and ensure that their rights and their privacy and their data is protected. They don't understand the depths at which it is being used. And that is another area where it is very hazardous. Now, in my other role as an actor, we've seen AI and different machine learning, deep language learning, and aspects of it when it comes to the creative aspects of the world of film and television production. We've seen the risks that it has when it comes to different roles within the industry, whether it is visual effects, computer effects, or whether or not it is the opportunity for AI to be used to generate characters and replace real-life actors. So, of course, the different unions have been battling that on the forefront, as well as writers. Just so many different areas of the industry are being impacted by the potential of AI. Now, AI can, again, be used in a very, very successful manner within the film and television industry, as it can for many others, but it also has risks. And when you look at the detail of AI, there are a lot of flaws still. There are still, within the generative AI field, you have to pick the tools in the toolbox that are most effective. Now, let's talk about ChatGPT for a moment. This is a tool that is very good at researching and collating data, but it is not good when it comes to the creative sides, when it comes to actually taking video or photos and trying to manipulate or to adjust or edit. And there are different tools such as Canvas and others that are excelling at the graphics or the video ends. However, they are not strong suited when it comes to the different research or, and other different text-based tasks. So again, you have to pick the right tools for the right project and looking to obtain the maximum output. But at the same time, you cannot completely rely on them. Now, one of the reasons I chose the video that I just showed to share with you was for the simple fact that it has some errors in it, and you may or may not have caught on to those. With this video, we used AI to create it so that we had an example of the strengths and the weaknesses of it. Now, if you notice that it, instead of saying limited, it'll say ultimate, just very garbled, or it'll try to spell out LTD, but it doesn't do a good job at it. And again, it's all about where you're using it. Now, if I instead chose to use it to help to fine-tune a script for a promo video, then that would be great as well. But then I wouldn't be able to use it as a teaching tool at the same time. But that is where you need to really rely on the human element. And that is where the opportunities exist, not only in reviewing it and using AI appropriately, but it also opens up a huge opportunity that may not have been there before. Now, as the president and CEO of ProPix Canada Media, we have a very vast collection of photos and videos that we have captured over the last decade or decades. And that asset catalog has over 500,000 images, videos, and data sets that can be used to train AI systems. And we actually do license out a small portion of that collection for that purpose, and it is creating revenue. Now, this is a bonus and a benefit to photographers and videographers that they now have another way in which they can make passive income on their photos and their video collections. And so there are things that it creates that were not there 10 years ago. And that would be the data sets that come along with photography and videography. So again, it's creating new opportunities while it kind of takes away some as well. But I think that if we stand strong to teach people about AI, understand the technology and the potential misuses, I think that is an important and invaluable way for people to not only understand the technology, but to push the governments to make sure that regulations, laws, and protections are in place to really curb the misuse and the illegitimate uses that we see with AI. So again, it is a very difficult way to balance a new technology if people don't understand it. And so I thought that we'd share that video that we just watched, but I also have another one in which it explains another example of how it's being used. Now, AI in the automotive industry, whether it is sales, whether it is maintenance, whether it is manufacturing, has come a great way, whether it is the automation of the actual build of vehicles, whether or not it is AI in capturing quality control, whether or not it is AI in terms of even scheduling and human resources of the manufacturing plants in Canada, the US, the UK, Europe, wherever in the world vehicles are being made, and that's just an example. But in the manufacturing world, it plays a great benefit, but it can also have risks. And that's where, again, it's got to be a delicate balance, but we also have to make sure that we understand the technology in order to make sure that it's not being misused. And again, going back to earlier examples that we spoke about with Doge and Musk and the US government, the way things are. And it's not just them. I mean, you look at any government, whether it's China, whether it's the US, whether it's Canada, there are treasures of different data sets that are in their government databases that can reap huge benefits to any machine language learning or deep language learning, any type of learning system for AI. And that is where we need to really make sure that there are ethics and regulations in place for how AI is used, how the systems are trained, and what access that AI algorithms have to our personal data. And the more people understand it, then the more people can hold the corporate and government worlds accountable for any misuse. And again, that is very important. Even with your cell phones, all of that data, whether you're texting or emailing or anything else, that information can be scraped and used to train AI systems. It's just not ending the amount of data in which the systems can utilize to train themselves to learn and develop and advance the systems. Now, with that said, there are also opportunities for misuse. Now, people who are responsible for training the AI systems can enter in bad information or filter out certain results so that the information that the AI system spits out is biased. And that is a big concern as well, especially with this day and age of foreign interference and transnational repression and just misuse all the way across. So again, that is a big concern as well. So let's take a look at this video here, and this will explain about how it is impacting the automotive industry in both positive ways, but again, we can talk about the negatives as well, because again, it is there's both sides of the coin here.
Imagine a world where your car not only drives itself, but also schedules its own maintenance, orders necessary parts, and even
Sorry, folks, I'm going to put it on the screen behind me so that you can see it instead of feeding it through where it might not come through as well for you. So I'm just going to put it on the screen behind me, and then you can watch along with it. And again, this is about how AI and technology is advancing within the automotive industry.
Imagine a world where your car not only drives itself, but also schedules its own maintenance.
Oh, we seem to have lost the screen behind me. Bear with me a moment there, folks. My apologies. Let's go there. Let's get the YouTube opened, and then I can just flip it over to the screen behind me here. There we go. Now let's... There we go.
Imagine a world where your car not only drives itself, but also schedules its own maintenance, orders necessary parts, and even negotiates the best prices. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? But what if we told you this is not far from reality? Welcome to the future of the automotive industry. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is gearing up to transform the landscape of automotive sales and service. Picture this. A car that can predict its need for maintenance before it becomes a problem, self-diagnose issues, and order parts on its own. AI is not just a futuristic concept anymore, it's an evolving reality. It's redefining the automotive industry, from enhancing the car buying experience to streamlining the service process, and even influencing the aftermarket parts and accessories retail markets. As AI continues to evolve, the automotive industry stands at the brink of a revolution. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the impact of AI on the automotive world. But how exactly is AI being used in the automotive industry today? Let's explore some real-world examples. Firstly, let's talk about manufacturing. Companies are using AI to streamline their production lines. With predictive analysis, these systems can identify potential issues before they become problems, reducing downtime and increasing efficiency. For instance, General Motors has used AI to predict when machines on the assembly line might fail, reducing downtime by up to 20%. Next, we have predictive maintenance. AI is being used to analyze vehicle data and predict when parts might need replacing. This proactive approach can prevent breakdowns and improve vehicle safety. For example, BMW uses AI to predict and prevent mechanical failures, leading to fewer breakdowns and happier customers. Finally, we can't talk about AI in the automotive industry without mentioning self-driving technology. AI is the driving force behind autonomous vehicles, using complex algorithms to interpret data from sensors and make decisions in real time. Companies like Tesla are leading the way in this field, with their AI-powered autopilot system providing a glimpse into the future of driving. These are just a few examples of how AI is revolutionizing the automotive industry. AI is not just a buzzword, it's a tool that's transforming every aspect of the automotive world, from manufacturing to maintenance to driving itself. As technology continues to evolve, the possibilities are endless. Intrigued by the potential of AI in the automotive industry? Want to explore how AI can benefit your business? Seize this chance to discover the transformative power of AI. PPC AI Technologies is ready to guide you, offering consultations and workshops globally. Dive into AI research, development, industry-specific applications, and more. Get hands-on experience and nurture your mind with knowledge. Don't wait for the future to happen. Take the driver's seat and steer your business towards the future with PPC AI Technologies. Call us today at 778-980-4635. Let's shift gears and talk about a different aspect of the automotive industry: car dealerships and sales. AI is not just transforming car manufacturing and maintenance, it's also revolutionizing the way cars are sold. Imagine walking into a dealership and instead of being overwhelmed with choices, you're greeted with personalized recommendations. AI can analyze customer data to provide recommendations and offers tailored to your lifestyle and preferences. Dealerships are using AI to suggest cars that fit perfectly into your life, and the benefits don't stop there. AI is also helping dealerships manage their inventory more effectively. By predicting sales trends based on historical data and market trends, AI can forecast demand for specific car models. This means dealerships can keep the right cars in stock and avoid costly overstocking. But what about after-hours queries or scheduling appointments? AI-powered chatbots are here to save the day. Providing 24/7 customer service, these virtual assistants can answer queries and schedule appointments, ensuring that customers are always engaged and leads are never missed. AI is not just transforming car manufacturing and maintenance, it's also revolutionizing the way cars are sold. As AI continues to evolve, it's set to drive the future of car dealerships and sales. So whether you're a dealership or a car buyer, it's time to buckle up and embrace the journey ahead with AI.
So again, it is really changing the world in which we live in and how we interact, whether it is with sales or even when you go to finance a new car. The systems that are being utilized to evaluate you as a customer, whether it is on the finance end or just in terms of your likes and dislikes, the AI system algorithms can really play a role in that. And they do every day, whether you see it or not. Most of the time it's behind the scenes and you don't realize that you're even feeding into the data. And that is correlated through so many different aspects, whether it's a credit application or going through to your social media or even emails in some cases on certain systems. They are scanning and learning from that. And again, the AI systems can actually know more about you than you know about yourself, as I said earlier. So it's about using AI as a tool and utilizing it in a responsible and ethical way. You also have to understand that AI systems can have what are called hallucinations. Now, essentially what that means is that the AI system doesn't have enough data in order to come up with an appropriate and adequate response to your query. And when that happens, it can actually make up its own response or its own things. And we've seen this with certain airline, for example. I'll use this real life issue, is that an airline was asked certain questions on its ChatGPT and its interactive chat program on the website. The system didn't know about certain policies, so it created its own policy, and that led to a lawsuit against the airline. Another real-life incident in Canada was a lawyer who utilized the AI system to create a brief and to research citations for the judge. And it turns out that the cases that were cited in that brief were not actual cases. They were fabricated or, again, hallucinations of the AI system. Now, this resulted in some disciplinary action against the attorney, but fortunately, it was caught by the opposing attorney and brought before the judge before the damage was done, relying on false case history and precedents. So again, it could have been a very dangerous situation had it have been a different turnout there. So again, you've got to be aware of the dangers and hazards of the AI systems and how to use them responsibly. When it comes to other benefits, though, AI is also very involved in healthcare and the advancements of monitoring, and also not just monitoring, but diagnosing as well. Now, there are calls from Elon Musk at one point last year where he was asking people to upload their personal images, whether it was x-rays, MRIs, and so forth. And he was using that to train the systems to be able to scan those future images, so MRIs, CAT scans, x-rays, and so forth, so that the AI system could work as a secondary and so-called secondary, but we know they would love to see it replace the human factor to diagnose or to catch different anomalies on x-rays and such. Now, the concern there is that he is creating a multi-billion-dollar AI system, but he's asking people to disclose their personal medical information within that to train the systems. Now, some may say yes, but it's for the betterment of society. But at the same time, the realistic point is that he is gathering all of that data as a private citizen and as a conglomerate or a corporation. And you have no control over how that's being used at the end of the day. Now, we know that, AI systems are, again, they have their advantages, but they have their drawbacks. And that's where people have to understand the dangers of just handing over data without really giving it a lot of thought. Now, when we look at the world of AI, we know that there is just an ongoing concern by different industries that it's going to replace people. But again, I think that it brings a lot of opportunity as well. We were afraid that computers were going to take away all of these jobs back in the 70s and the 80s. And now we found that it actually has created opportunities as well. So although it has displaced some industries or some jobs, it's also created many others. So again, it's about finding that balancing act and the ethical use of the technology that we have at hand and the ethical development as it goes forward. So when we look at robotics, we look at AI, we look at all of the different technology that's just flying at us at breakneck speeds that we've never seen before, it can be a challenge for people to keep up with it, to understand it, to really process the dangers and the benefits and weigh that with a simple clarified mind, because it is so confusing to some. And that's where you need to really do your research and not just assume that a company, an individual, or a government has your best interests at heart or the betterment of society at heart, when they are really just trying to ensure that they improve the value for stockholders, shareholders, and themselves. And that, at the end of the day, is one of the big concerns. Now, I'm just going to pull up another video if I can here, and it has to do with medical uses. And let's see if I can grab that video. It may or may not be available here. Well, we'll leave that for another show maybe, and we'll bring that on in a different episode. But it is, again, it's very important to understand the value. And there is definitely value in the world of AI. We need to accept that. We need to move forward with it. But at the same time, we need to demand the ethical, the regulations, the laws, and the protections. And that's where there is a lot of challenges, because certain corporations may look at the regulations and restrictions within the United States, for example, or in the UK, and then go to countries like India or China or, Russia, where they don't have the same privacy regulations when it comes to the use of personal data and information that they collect on their citizens. And another one, when you look at China and all of the ways in which they utilize cameras and AI recognition, all of that, facial recognition, and it can be a very slippery slope, and we see that. But at the same time, people like Elon Musk or Zuckerberg or any of the other big tech moguls, they love that information. They love the access to that data, and it becomes a very, very valuable commodity. Nobody realized, a couple of decades ago, how valuable that information was actually going to become. And unfortunately, it is really, to give an example about how valuable data can be. When you look at rewards programs, Air Canada, the Aero Miles, all of these different programs, they have value in that information that it's collecting. Every time you collect points, all of the purchases that you've just made are recorded into a system and tracked. And that is a big concern, because you don't realize what you're giving up in order to get those few points that, let's face it, a lot of us don't even ever use. We have the points, but we don't use them. And that, again, is another way that they get our information out of us without us really giving it much thought. And that is a real problem. So let me just take a look here. Bear with me a moment. I'll see if I can pull up that other one that I think is important for people to understand. And that, again, would be the world of AI when it comes to the advancements that it's bringing in healthcare. And it just is a big issue. But at the same time, it is revolutionizing the world of AI in the healthcare field. So let's take a look at that video for a few minutes here. And let's pause that. We'll put it back on the big screen so you can see it.
Imagine a world where artificial intelligence doesn't just exist. Imagine a world.
So I'll just get this set up and we'll take a look at this. And it's just a quick overview as to the... Oh, we'll just leave that at that. There.
Imagine a world where artificial intelligence doesn't just exist within the realm of science fiction, but actively shapes and enhances our healthcare industry. This isn't a far-off dream, but a reality we're living today, courtesy of leading-edge solutions provided by PPC AI Technologies. Take a moment to consider the profound impact of AI on patient outcomes. It's not just about streamlining processes or cutting costs, but about saving lives and improving the quality of healthcare globally. To illustrate this point, we need to look no further than a groundbreaking case study in healthcare AI technologies. The case involves a hospital that was grappling with a major challenge: the early detection of sepsis, a life-threatening condition that can lead to tissue damage, organ failure, and death. Prior to the use of AI technologies, the hospital relied on conventional methods, which often led to delayed diagnosis and treatment. The care team implemented an AI-based system that analyzed patient data in real time, looking for subtle patterns and early warning signs that human eyes might miss. The results were nothing short of astounding. The AI system managed to reduce the sepsis mortality rate by a significant margin, saving countless lives in the process. That's just one example of how PPC AI technologies can help revolutionize healthcare. But the story doesn't end there. PPC AI Technologies is continuously pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI in healthcare. From predictive analytics to robotics, from personalized medicine to telehealth, PPC AI Technologies is at the forefront, ensuring the best in industry ethics and social responsibility. As we look to the future, we see the brand new PPC AI Technologies Center for Excellence corporate campus coming to Metro Vancouver in the third quarter of 2024. This will be a hub of innovation, a place where the brightest minds gather to shape the future of healthcare and other global industries. The power of AI in healthcare is undeniable. It's not just about technology, it's about enhancing human potential, improving patient outcomes, and changing lives for the better. And this is where you come in. PPC AI Technologies invites you to be a part of this revolutionary journey. Contact them today to schedule an introductory consultation. Don't just witness the future of healthcare, be a part of shaping it. The number to call is 778-980-4635. Embrace the future, embrace AI, embrace...
So there you go. And just quickly there, that is one of our subsidiaries, so Propix Canada Media AI division, just so we have full transparency here. And this is definitely the world in which we are moving towards. But again, it is such an important point that we need to ensure that it is brought in and utilized in a very ethical and responsible way. So again, share your thoughts in the comments section below and let me know what you think about AI, what you consider it, or sorry, would you consider it a positive, a negative, or a wash in terms of the pros and the cons? But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. And if you take that time, we'll share your comments on another episode of Propix TV's Live Chat with James. I'm James Kuzno in the studios in Vancouver, British Columbia. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you learned something. If you are looking for corporate or other AI consulting or implementation evaluations, by all means give us a call at 778-980-4635. But if not, we hope that you join us for another episode of Live Chat with James. Take care, everyone. Stay safe out there.